We are in Preservation Hall with Greg Lucas, the Executive Director for Preservation Hall Foundation. We're going to be talking about a few exciting things happening with the foundation. But first, I want to talk about the Legacy program and some activities that are coming up regarding this program. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, Ana Maria, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Tell me about the program itself.
So we started the Legacy program in 2015 to honor and support the elder musicians that carry on the traditions here at Preservation Hall.
And you started awarding musicians with the Legacy Awards. This is the second year you're going to be doing this. This is going to be taking place October 17th. And so tell me why that came about.
Sure. Well, starting last year, we had a number of musicians reach the age of 70 who are regularly playing at Preservation Hall and teaching in our classroom and field trip settings. And we decided that a new award, our Master Practitioner Award, would be a really good way to bring together the community through a ceremony and to have some of these elders jamming with the younger musicians at the hall and recognized in front of their family and friends.
How have they received these awards? What has been, their feelings about it?
Well, all of them are really gratified and honored. Included in the award is a monthly stipend that helps them with their bills and expenses, as well as a lot of other services that we provide, including lawn care, an emergency fund for medical expenses, parking here when they come to the hall. So we want to provide them with the dignity and the respect they deserve for their commitment to serving the hall.
Absolutely. So the ceremony is open to the public. What takes place during the ceremony?
Well, it's about an hour and a half long ceremony. There'll be two kind of jam sessions with the musicians and members of the Preservation Hall Collective, as well as the awards themselves, which will be presented to each of them, and a little biographical information about their journeys as musicians here in New Orleans and at the hall are told to the audience.
And this is happening at the Ace Hotel at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October 17th. So if you would like to see what this is about, you are welcome to come. So that's great. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But there is also other exciting things happening. And we wanted to talk about a trip that's taking place in January.
Right. Well, we'll be going back for our third time to Cuba to headline the Havana Jazz Plaza Festival. And the band has a long tradition now, going back to 2015, of engaging with Cuban artists and working with them in the Amadeo Roldan Conservatory, which is like NOCA in Havana, with some of the best and brightest student musicians. And we also have gone and made a movie about our trip to Cuba that's called A Tuba to Cuba, and that will premiere here in New Orleans on October 25th. So everything is building up to this big trip for donors and friends of the band to join us to come to Cuba for this amazing concert experience.
This is going to take place during the New Orleans Film Festival. It's going to close with the showing of the film, correct?
Right, yes, and all the pass holders for the film festival are invited to the closing party. Preservation Hall Jazz Band and Margie Perez's band, Muovello, will be playing for the closing party that's at Bar Revolution.
And this is anybody can come on this trip in January, right?
That's right. We have a couple more openings and more information is available at our website. But if you want a trip of a lifetime to Havana with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, this is your chance.
What kind of activities take place during the trip?
Well, the band has 3 concerts, and we've made sure that they're in really interesting places. One is at the Club Havana on the water. Another is at the National Theater. And the last one is at the ENA, which is like the College of the Arts in Cuba. And it's this beautiful modern architecture building with domes and all sorts of terraces and porticos where the band will be entertaining the donors and the fans for a brunch.
What a treat. I hope, people can enjoy this amazing experience.
You'll have to come along too.
I would love to. We'll see about that. And then there is something else happening abroad. You're going to Haiti. Tell us about that.
Well, the band and the foundation started our first Mardi Gras crew this February called Crew de Carnaval, and it celebrates the sister relationship between Haiti, and New Orleans, which goes back for 200 plus years. And because we have now made friends with bands in Haiti, we've been invited to play a festival during the Gede Festival in Haiti, which is the Day of the Dead in other Latin cultures. And it's a very sacred time where rah-rah bands or brass bands march through the street during the day and end up going to visit the site of their ancestors' burials in the graveyards and play music for them. So it's a very sacred time, and it is really important in their spirituality. So Preservation Hall Jazz Band will be going there on an international outreach trip through the foundation October 29th to November 4th. And then we'll be holding our second annual Carnival Festival next February.
That is excellent. Why is it so important for the foundation to support all these cultural endeavors?
Well, it is so important for Pres Hall to remain a connector between musical cultures, as it has been for its entire 57-year history. But going and looking southward as part of the Northern Caribbean that New Orleans really is musically, we are now reforging these bonds to the roots of jazz in Cuba, Haiti, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, and back to Africa.
I love all of that. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure if people want more information, they just log on to the website.
Yes, PresHallFoundation.org.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Thanks so much, Anna.